So in this video, we're going to try to go a little bit faster. I've pre-filled some things. So for starting with adding and subtracting whole numbers, once again, we're going to do most of this in the calculator. It's right here. But you do need to know that when you're doing it and when you see most of them, they're going to be lined up already for you vertically, and you have place values that are lined up in columns and only the digits with the same place values. We don't need to worry about carrying because we're not going to be doing it by hand. Variables are going to be introduced already. Variables are letters or alphabets that are used to represent any unknown number. Commutative property, this is when they start throwing some algebra at you already. Isn't that nice? So they're going to go ahead and start telling you about some of the properties. All of these properties come back. You are tested on these properties. They are a part of the midterm and a part of the final. So you do need to know about them. Commutative property of addition, don't worry, I give you easy ways to remember them. Commutative property of addition looks like this. It's when you add numbers because it's addition. So you'll be adding numbers. You got the commutative property, which says if we have something like 2 plus 5, it's the same thing as saying 5 plus 2. Because a commutative property means that your numbers can move. Commute means to move around. You commute back and forth to work. That's what a commute is. You move stuff around. So when we commute with our letters or with our numbers, that means we're moving them around. The addition part just means there are pluses in there. That's all it is. That's what commutative property of addition is. We move stuff around with pluses in there. The numbers and letters can move. The associative property of addition has to do with who things associate with. Association has to do with talking. So it's who they can talk to. So if you'll look right here, we have A plus B plus C equals A plus B plus C. So here the B and the C are talking because they're the ones in the parentheses. And here the A and the B are talking because they're the ones in the parentheses. Now we get the same answer regardless, because down here when you have 1 plus 2 plus 3, you're going to get 6. Over here you're going to get 6. Doesn't matter whether you do the 2 plus 3 first, whether you do the 1 plus 2 first. You're going to get 6 either way. Doesn't change your answer at all. All that changes is who you talk to. So it doesn't matter who they talk to. It's going to be true either way. That's what this property is saying. The associative property of addition is true. They can associate with whoever they want to. Doesn't matter. That's what it's saying. Up here we have the additive identity property, which says that any number plus 0 is equal to that number. So for example, you can have 2 plus 0 is equal to 2. The sum of a number and 0 is that number. That means that 0 is going to be called the additive identity. In other words, it tells you who you are. That's what an ID does. It tells you who you are. Well, 0 is the ID for addition. Tells you who you are. Starts out as A, ends up as A. That's what 0 does. Tells you who you are. For subtraction, that's basically taking one amount away from another. If you want to know some technical things for it, it's called a difference. You're subtracting the subtractand from the minuend. Just thought you might want to know. Not that you're ever really going to have to know, just thought you might want to know. If you want to do it the long way, you would subtract, you'd line them up vertically, place values, line up, and you subtract only the digits with the same place values, and you check by making sure that you get the original numbers when you add the two bottom ones up. You got to get the original one on top. Now, let's do where rubber meets the road. The cost of repairing Ed's TV is $395. To buy a new TV, he will have to pay $447. How much more would Ed have to pay for a new TV than for his old TV repaired? Here's my handy dandy calculator. I'm going to turn it on, clear it out. His new TV is $447. To get his current TV repaired, it would be $395. I don't want to add that to it. That means he's doing both of them. He's not going to do both of them. He's going to do one instead of the other. So I'm going to subtract them. So that's the $395. And that gives me $52. He spends $52 more. Do you need to write down what you did? Maybe. Just being honest with you. If this were a test, I'd tell you to write down what you put in the calculator. So I'd want you to write the 447 minus the 395. So I knew what it was you were trying to do. Just being honest. Turn page. Cost of repairing Robert's used DVD will be this much. To buy a new DVD, Robert will have to pay that much. How much more would it cost to fix the old DVD player than to buy a new one? So that's $165 minus $129. He definitely needs to just go ahead and get a new one. It's cheaper. He saves $36. Just saying. Skipping the concept check, going on down. If we were to put these in, 15 plus 43, get 58. Number 6, 981 plus 46, what do you get? 1027. Yes, this is a piece of cake. Easy. Yes, I do expect you to be able to do it. Yes. Number 7 and number 8. Try those two. Number 9, calculate the perimeter of the geometric figure. How do you find a perimeter? The perimeter is the sum of all the sides. So I have to say 3 plus 6 plus 4 plus 8 plus 3 plus 2 plus 5. $31 meters. Not squared, not cubed, not anything else. If you have questions, let me know.